One day, while watching TV late at night, Rugrats was playing on Nicktoons. Instantly nostalgic. I remember when I was younger. I always loved watching Rugrats. It was one of my favorite shows since as long as I could remember. As I watched a few episodes, I began to remember when my mom had told me about how I stopped watching Rugrats for a couple months when I was about 3 or 4 years old. She said that during this time, I avoided watching any Rugrats episodes. When she would ask me why I did not like it anymore, I would mumble something about Chucky, and I would not say anything else about it. She just assumed one of the episodes frightened me somehow and dropped the subject. She was right about an episode scaring me. Quite a few scared me when I was little, like the one with the dream scene that involved Tommy's leg getting cut open and stuffing coming out. What my mom did not understand was that it was an episode that never aired on TV, at least not that I know of, and that I still remember quite a bit of the episode. Now, just to warn you, you may find this episode I am about to describe scary or creepy. But think about how... Sorry, guys. Take 2, action. Now, just to warn you, you may not find this episode I am about to describe scary or creepy. But think about how a little 3 or 4-year-old watching this feels. My mother and I went to the video rental store to rent some VHS tapes. I did not remember how many tapes I got, but I know that I picked out a tape that had a few episodes of Rugrats on it. When we got home, my mom popped in a tape that she rented for my dad and herself in the living room TV. It told me to go watch mine in my older half-brother's room. So I walked into my brother's room, put the tape in the VCR, and began watching Rugrats. My brother was not there when I was watching it. The first episode or 2 must have been normal, because I cannot recall what they were about. All I know is the next episode came on shortly after. The original was normal, the sound was normal, and the quality was normal. There was honestly nothing different that I can remember. The episode began with Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil talking about the dreams they had the night before, so they rolled the ball with a star on it to each other. Since this was so long ago, I do not remember what Tommy, Phil, or Lil dreamed about. However, I do remember them asking Chucky about his dream. Chucky said something like, "Last night I had a dream that my toys were real, and we were building a castle out of blocks." The scene faded in to show the dream. Chucky stood on the plastic chair in Tommy's backyard, in front of an already quite large wall of wooden-colored blocks. On the ground next to the chair was his little training potty that he had in those few episodes when he was being potty trained. Chucky was being handed more blocks by living teddy bears and toy soldiers. Everyone was smiling and having a great time. Dream Chucky was seen stepping off to the chair as he narrated. Then my leg got stuck in my potty. Chucky accidentally put his foot in the training potty and struggled to pull it out as a few of the toy soldiers helped him. Then, without warning, his whole leg popped off. There was no blood or anything. It just popped off, just like a doll's leg. I was really getting scared at this point. Chucky mumbled, then my leg came off. The camera focused on the living toys, so Dream Chucky began to laugh creepily in his normal voice. The toys looked scared. Chucky's shadow that was in front of the toys began to warp. Chucky's laugh became more high-pitched and raspy, like an old woman's voice. Chucky continued to tell the story, and I turned into a witch as he said this. It showed Dream Chucky with a cartoonish warty green which face. He continued laughing in an old woman's voice. I was so scared at this point that I covered my eyes and looked away from the screen. I could still hear the laugh, however. I did not know what happened after that. I might have just left the room, but I cannot remember. All I know is that this one episode scared me so much at that age, I could not watch a single Rugrats episode for a while. I know I returned the tape, so other people probably have seen this same episode. So far, I've told a few people this story, but they insisted that I either dreamed it or it never existed. I have not seen this episode on TV so far. It was just that tape. I also have not been able to find it online anywhere. It probably does not help that I was too young to be able to read the title card. I have tried various different searches. It is just that nothing ever came up. I am still slightly creeped out by that episode to this day.